This is example 1 for the Materials, Colors, and Mass Properties lesson. Now, to start example 1, the first thing we need to do is open a starting point file. It's going to allow us to apply our colors to. To do so, we'll simply select the design library, and then we can select the SOLIDWORKS Fundamentals by Inspirtech folder. If you did not go through the Getting Started video, you're not going to have this folder installed. Next, I'll select Lesson 2, and then we can see that I have a list of files that are already completed, and then a list of starting point files. In our case, we want to use the starting point files, so I'll select my example 1 starting point file and double-click to open it. We can see that I've been prompted with a message letting me know that all of the Inspirtech files are for instructional use only. Now that our file's opened, we're going to save a copy of this file in our own personal working directory so that we don't overwrite this starting point file. Let's go ahead and select Save As, and then we'll navigate to the location where we want to save our files and create a new folder for Lesson 2. Within the Lesson 2 folder, we can save the file as L2, Example 1, and then I'll rename Starting Point to my own name. So in my case, I'll just put Instructor. And select Save. Now I have a copy of this file, and my starting point file has been untouched. Let's start applying colors. First, I'm going to select any face on my eye, and in my context menu I can select Appearances, and then I can select the body. This means I'm going to apply the color to that entire body. A body is simply one chunk of material. So in this case, I have 3 bodies. We can see that I could also apply a color just to the face I have selected. And that would be just the green highlighted part we can see right now. The entire feature, we'll get into that later, or as we're going to do, the body. So I'll select the body. And by default, the task pane automatically opens, and again, we're going to get into that later. I'll simply select somewhere inside my graphics area to collapse the task pane. On the left-hand side here, I have my Appearances Property Manager. We can see the body that we have selected, and we're going to go ahead and select the body for the dot as well. So now we have the 2 bodies selected. We have a collapsed area for appearance. If we expand that, we can see that there is an option to change the appearance file, but we're going to look at that later. We don't need to get into that right now. So I'm going to collapse that again. And the next thing down is our color. Got an option to change the color palette. We can just use the standard color palette for this option. And we're going to select the blue color. So now I've created the eye as blue. We can see both bodies turn blue because I selected both bodies. If we take another quick glance, we've got some options to change the transparency and how reflective the body is. But in this case, we're just going to leave it like that. So I can go ahead and select OK to save my settings. Let's go ahead and select the outside ellipse. Again, select Appearances. And we could either select the body, or we could select the face because it is just one face. Let's just try the face so we can see how this works. I'm going to select the face, and this time I'm going to select green. If that's selected, I'll select OK. Let's go ahead and quickly save our part. But before I go ahead and exit out of this example, there's one more thing I'd like to show you. Let's say, for example, you wanted to remove all of the colors. What we would do to remove all of the colors is simply select any face where we've already changed a color, select the Appearances button, select the item that we've already changed a color to, so one of the ones that does not have an X through it. In my case, it's going to be the body. And then we can select Remove Appearance. The first time you select Remove Appearance, it's going to remove the appearance for that body. Now we can select Remove All Appearances, and it clears all of the appearances on the part. This can be handy when you start going through and setting up different colors and you've just made a mess of things. You can just remove all the appearances and start over. Let's close out of that. And to undo what I just did, I can hold down Control and tap the Z key for undo. And once more to undo my other option. Well, that concludes example 1. I hope it was a help.